Hey guys, Grubby here live from Blizzcon 2018. I'm back in the hotel room and I just got a chance to play some of the new Heroes of the Storm content. So I want to take you through some of the new things that I've seen and keep you up to date of the Blizzcon Heroes of the Storm news. First of all, first things first, the new hero Orphea. Orphea is the daughter of the Raven Lord, which is an announcer and also a map boss announcer as it were in Heroes of the Storm. Orphea is a ranged assassin, some may call her a marksman. She's an auto attacker with very limited crowd control abilities. One of her damage spells has her teleport a short direction in the direction that you move after you hit that ability. And there's also cooldown reduction elements both in the talents and the basic abilities as well. I got one chance to play her and I went for a full E build in terms of the talents, going with Growing Nightmare, Fright, Mind Devourer, Crushing Jaws, Determination, Lurking Terror, and we didn't reach level 20 because we won the game too soon. The level 20 abilities look pretty darn crazy. Engulfing Oblivion, Eldritch Conduit, and Final Toccata. I think we have it on the screen here if the editing worked out okay for the YouTube video, all seem pretty crazy in their own right. In terms of her animation, they went for a very anime style of looks for her, and you can see that in the announcement video as well. Her face I think is a little generic, and also the voice acting didn't entirely convince me in terms of being like very character driven or very interesting. But where I wasn't impressed too much with the audio and model art of her, I was very impressed with her playstyle, how much fun she is to play, and how effective I think she's going to be. Playing her, you quickly get a sense that dodging enemy abilities and getting out of trouble or chasing people down as part of the interaction with her Q is going to be a really big part of her kit. She seems useful as a 1v1er in terms of being able to chase someone or get away from them with proper use of the Q and slowing them with your E as well. She also seems very effective in 5 versus 5. What she won't be able to do is take an early solo lane by herself because her healing capabilities come later on in the talent tree. I thought she was fun to play and in her current iteration seems a little stronger than the rest of the Nexus, though my experience could be colored by the fact that I played on the show floor. But yeah, overall she seems a little stronger and I would expect Blizzard to take her down a bit either pre or post release as well. Oh, and there were also a few ways for her to gain armor. That was Orphea. Hope you'll enjoy her when she comes. All BlizzCon virtual ticket holders, as I understand, get her for free, though that's not a reason to get the virtual ticket if you're not going to use it in another way, because the virtual ticket costs more than heroes normally do, just so you know. There are some other changes coming to Heroes of the Storm as well. For example, they're making some changes to experience, and they made sure you know that with a lot of puns, experiencing heroes in a new way. One of them is that in the future, in 2019 gameplay update, if you kill a fort in a lane, so the first big building that slows you and damages you, you'll start spawning a catapult in that lane once every 3 minion waves, which is supposed to do some pressure and give a bigger advantage to forts being down early, but it doesn't have as much pressure as the usual 1 catapult per lane of the old keep killing mechanic in a lane. Experience has been taken away from taking down forts and keeps in a bid to make the game less snowbally. They feel that after you get a fort or a keep down on the enemy lane, the advantage you get is through some extra push power that will need momentary, periodic attention of the defending team. But they don't also want to give you experience because it would make the winning team snowball too much apparently. Speaking from personal experience, I don't feel like Heroes of the Storm has been too snowbally at different levels of play, be it whether I play Quick Match or Hero League or Team League. The real snowballing has come, in my opinion, from one team having a better draft than the other one. People may think that they're snowballing because too many advantages are granted early, but usually I can make a fairly accurate assessment of which team is going to win based on draft. I feel like maybe the biggest problem that they could have dealt with, outside of UI, the absence of clans, and many other changes that I would have liked to see come to Heroes of the Storm, would be possibly dealing with draft or player understanding. For example, in quick match or any setting, if one team has an Abathur and the other team doesn't have a support, they're never going to be able to deal with getting damaged by toxicness and still pushing on. Because they're always damaged because of toxicness, stab and spike from Abathur, they will never be able to mount a successful attack on forts, keeps, let alone core. And that's the kind of draft win that seems like you're getting snowballed against, but it's more just that Abathur's push power and damage cannot be negated by the lack of support and good wave clear heroes. Do you agree with this change to make the game less snowbally or not? Let me know in the comments and then I will know your opinion on it. Both the people that capture mercenary camps as well as the ones that defend mercenary camps will get more experience. Now that they took some experience away from forts and keeps, they wanted to make sure to embed it somewhere else, this time in mercenary camps. Personally, I feel like the taking of mercenary camps is by and large quite a single player experience. Either there's that one guy in our team that goes to take mercenary camps all games, or you just rinse and repeat, clear merc camps together, and then you defend them. The real excitement at pro play is when teams invade enemy mercenary camps. And with a higher experience emphasis on these merc camps, that may play a bit of a role as well. However, in such instances, I feel like generally the team that wins such invasions, be it the attacker or the defender, gets enough of an advantage anyway, because the winner gets not only the merc camp, but generally gets a few hero kills as well. The extra experience from the camp doesn't seem big enough of an advantage to change in any meaningful way whether you'll invade or not, whether invasion is a good mechanic or not. That's why I call it mostly a PvE experience. Either you've got the team that can take down merc camps or not. So mostly that will influence draft and how good it is to take merc camps, but I don't really see it making the game more or less snowbally, which seems to be part of their attempt with that change. So I'm pretty neutral about that change personally. The final thing that is going to be changing in Heroes of the Storm is a rehaul of the role system. The role system is something that Blizzard has held onto ever since Heroes was released in Alpha in 2014 and beyond, and for 4 years the role system has been what they wanted it to be, because Heroes of the Storm is different from other MOBAs. Therefore we have no bruisers, we have no marksmen, no mages. We've only had specialists, assassins, tanks and supports. Despite what you might want Blaze to be, despite that you might want him to be a tank, that's not how we play him. He's in the solo lane and he's a bruiser, and I feel like probably he should have been there. But by and large this looks like a pretty good list. The assassin column is rather large and occupies many of the standard damage dealers. Melee assassin speaks for itself. Comparing bruiser and melee assassin, you'll see that generally melee assassins have lower health totals. They are less like pugilists who take punches and hand them out, but are more bursty, more squishy, and rely on self-sustain, if any, to actually survive, or on some kind of escapes. The funniest one of all, though, that you'll see is the middle column, which is the support column. Generally, apparently support now means shielding and aid. But what are Vikings doing there? I mean, with the role system that we have, I'd sooner put Vikings in the bruiser column. Olaf has a automatic regeneration when he doesn't fight, and bruisers generally are the 5th hero in a comp after tank, range, support and mage. Bruisers generally what you still have space for. They're like the solo laner, generally speaking. So Vikings is like your solo laner, or rather your double laner, or maybe even your triple laner if you're playing with a gifted Vikings player. I feel like they probably should have been bruisers. They're certainly not support. They support you to play the game, sure, but so does every hero as well. What do you think about the whole list? Let me know. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed my little summary here of the new Heroes of the Storm changes and Orphea coming to the Nexus. And we also leave this vlog on a very happy note, because finally we've done it! Janitor Leoric skin has finally made it to the Nexus. Enjoy him, enjoy Orphea, and enjoy Heroes of the Storm coming in 2018 and 2019 as well. Grubby out. Thanks for watching.